Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today is Monday morning, so you know what that means. Go grab your favorite cup of hot cocoa, a few of your favorite cookies, pull up a chair, and sit and chat with me a while in today's episode of Cocoa and Cookies. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your week. You're gonna have to forgive me because I think my camera is sitting a little wonky this morning. I'm trying to do this completely on my own today. Usually I have some help setting up all the equipment and the cameras and all that stuff. And today I don't have the help to be able to do that. So I tried to get all that set up for you guys by myself, and I think I might have you guys a little wonky, and I'm not real sure if I have the light setting okay. So you guys may just have to bear through this one this morning just to get us through one Cocoa and Cookies that might not be optimal the way we would like for it to be. I'm excited to be doing a Cocoa and Cookies today because it's been a couple weeks since I was able to sit down and just chat with you guys. If you've been watching the channel, then you probably know that. Last week we didn't get to do this and sit and chat with you, so I'm excited to be back. For those of you who are following along through Transformation Tuesday with me, I made my hot cocoa with the water instead of the milk, so that's not so good this morning, but I didn't want the big cream and all that heavy stuff in there. And I am going to be eating these healthy cookies. Can you guys see that label? Not real sure how well you can see it. These are from Kimberly's Bake Shop at Publix, and they're actually very good. I had one last night at my mom's house, and whenever I mentioned to her about filming Cocoa and Cookies today, she's like, oh, here, take some of these with you. You can have this for breakfast. So these are very delicious, very healthy. So for all of you on that, let's see if I get this open. All of you on that Cocoa and Cookies with us, never fear. I'm not having an Oreo this morning. I'm going to go the healthier route. I tell you, this lifestyle change has been, you guys are going to have to excuse me, my eyes and allergies are going crazy today. Has been quite an adventure trying to cut down on some of that sugar and all that kind of stuff. You guys have been following along in the group. You know, sometimes that can be a challenge when we're making a change. But these are super delicious. They've got raisins, and it looks like maybe some dried cranberries, and then all kinds of seeds and nuts in there. Very, very good. So there are definitely healthy options for you guys. If you have a little bit of a sweet tooth, check out your local bakeries for vegan, vegetarian, sugar-free options, because they're out there. They really do exist. There's no excuse for us to have to be junky, ladies and gentlemen. There may be some of you guys who are joining us on this journey as well. Not real sure. How do you guys like this mug? It's the only one that I had that was somewhat Valentine. I got this a couple years ago, actually on Valentine's Day, and it had a little animal stuffed in there. Super, super cute. So I thought I would use that one this morning as we are heading into Valentine's week. Tell me what you guys got planned for Valentine's Day. Any big plans with your sweethearts coming on? I know this weekend may be a hard one because Valentine's Day actually falls on Sunday this year. And so for those of you who attend church on Sunday nights, might find it a little hard to be on a romantic date on Valentine's Day. I know my husband and I are going to shoot for going out next Monday instead of on Sunday night because we will have church responsibilities on Sunday. So we're just going to celebrate on Monday, and that's okay. You know how that goes. Those of you who have shift work jobs, or like my husband who's in law enforcement, we have just had to learn over the years to be creative when celebrating holidays because it wasn't always where we were able to do it on the actual holiday, and that's okay. Just pick a day to celebrate and go for it, right? So that's what our plans will be, to try to do something together on Monday night. Let me know what you're doing. Gonna go out to dinner for the traditional Valentine's dinner. Gonna go and spend the night off together maybe and have a romantic weekend? Gonna stay home and cuddle up maybe and watch a movie and eat some chocolates? Tell me, what are your plans for Valentine's Day? As for us, we will probably go to dinner together and have some kind of dessert. So on that night, Transformation Tuesday, I will have a little bit of something with him to celebrate. What is it? Why is it that it seems like every time we have some kind of celebration, it has to involve food and sugar and chocolate? I don't know. It doesn't feel like a celebration if we don't have that, right? Not sure how that ever came into being, but at any rate, that's probably what we'll do. A lot can change in a week, so who knows? But that's kind of what's on the docket for now anyway. Got a little bit of a busy day today, fixing to get ready around here and head over to the doctor with my daughter. She's had a little spot that's come up right on the side of her head near her hairline up here that looks a little suspicious possibly, and being down here in Florida and always in the sun, we'd rather have her looked at and be safe than sorry, because you just never know when little spots pop up on you out of the blue what that could be. I know my dad a couple years ago now had a spot on his face that actually had been there for years and years, so he wasn't too worried about it because he had just had it so long. He thought, well, if it was anything, I would have already experienced some trouble. And it started to change a little bit in color. My mom got suspicious of it, made him an appointment with the doctor, and come to find out it was a melanoma skin cancer that had been growing there quite a while, but it was growing inward towards the cheekbone area down in there. And he was like 1 centimeter away. However they measure those when they're growing on the inside, he was, the next step up would have sent him to a hospital for major surgery, and it could have been really bad. So fortunately, they caught it just in time, and they were able to just do an outpatient thing right there at the cancer center. So now it's like reality of, okay, this is hit pretty close to home, and we better just stay on top of this stuff. So that's what we have on our agenda today. Going to check her out and make sure everything is okay with that. And then back home to a busy afternoon. If you've been watching the channel, you know we've been extremely busy pumping out some videos for you guys, and I've been having a great time doing it, but it has kept me very, very busy the last couple of weeks. Of course, tonight we hope to plan the next edition, or film the next edition of Real Talk with the Roses for you. How are you guys enjoying that, by the way? We've had some feedback from some of you guys that are really enjoying it, and like hearing his perspective and his view on things, but let me know. Keep the questions coming, by the way. So far, we've only been able to answer 2 questions, because obviously you can tell by now, if you've been following us through the vlogs and stuff, that I am a talker. You guys could give me 1 question and I probably could talk all day on that question. So hopefully tonight we might get to more than just 1, but maybe not. We're trying to keep the videos to a length that's bearable for you guys. We could go 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes easily. Last week I actually had to split it up into 2 videos because it went so long. We were talking about how to keep marriage fun and how to balance marriage and work and all those kind of crazy things. And so it was a long one. And I always hate to put up an extremely long video for you guys, because I know it's hard for most of your schedules, if you're like me, to carve out 30 or 40 minutes to be able to sit there and watch a video. Sometimes I can watch the real long ones if I'm clipping coupons and I'm going to be sitting still for a while. Then I can play the real long ones and let them go as I'm clipping coupons. But usually I'm pretty busy and on the go, and 10 to 15 minutes is about max for what I like to spend anyway on a video. So I figure if that's about average for me, then that's probably about average for all of you guys. I know that when we go to the analytics on our YouTube pages, it'll show us the average view duration on videos. And I think right now the average view on mine is like right at 4 minutes and 52 seconds, which lets me know that on 10-minute, 15-minute, or 20-minute videos, people are cutting them off part of the way in there. They're just not staying tuned because a lot of people just don't have the time to stick around. So the shorter videos are really more convenient and better. So it's hard for us to tackle more than one question in a video because we want to give it its full due as far as answering as best as we can. But we've been having a lot of fun with it on our end, so I hope you guys have been too. It's been fun sitting down and doing it. We have done a lot of marriage counseling with couples throughout the years, and it's kind of almost the same thing, just in a virtual way. It's like counseling thousands of couples all at the same time, and we love it. So you guys be sure to tune in. If you haven't tuned into one of those yet, Real Talk with the Roses, definitely tune in. You get to hear my husband's perspective on some issues and my perspective on some issues, and just trying to help you guys out with the questions that you've sent in to us, and help you out with your life a little bit. And be sure to share those. Some of you guys may be cool as far as your own personal relationship and may not even be interested in hearing like marriage related topics, but maybe some of the friends on your Facebook or on your other social medias might be in desperate need of it. So those would be a good one for you guys to share and kind of help us get the word out as far as some of the answers to these, and definitely keep the questions coming. If you guys don't want to comment a question publicly, then by all means send me a private email and we won't pop your name up on the screen if you tell me that you want to keep it private. I usually put the little thumbnail of the person and their question up just so that everybody can read the way the question came into us. But if you'd rather that not happen, then by all means send me a private email. My information is always listed down below, and then we can answer your question anonymously and hopefully give you a little bit of help with maybe whatever is ailing your marriage. So hopefully that will be on the agenda tonight as well. So as you can tell, another very busy day. That's why I have decided not to do the vlogs for February. We had talked about either doing Vloguary or Vlogentine, or we were going to try to come up with a creative name for it, and I think it would have been a lot of fun. But we have just been so extremely busy that trying to carve out time to edit daily videos this month just was not feasible. So who knows, maybe in March or April we'll be able to do a few more vlogs for you guys. At any rate, might do a day in the life for you guys today, though, because we are going to be busy heading over there to the doctor, and we're going to have a few stops to make on the way home, picking up some items while we're out and about. So that may be a little bit of a fun day to show you. So maybe we'll do that, kind of just vlog one day instead of being able to vlog a week or two. But at any rate, not really a whole lot else going on here to catch you guys up on. My shoulder is doing much, much better for those of you following that journey. I think I have about 5 days left of the prednisone, something like that, maybe a full week. And after that, I'll be able to stop the prednisone for a while, and we'll see how my shoulder reacts without having that medication going in there. A couple of times it gets a little bit stiff on me where it kind of flares up a wee bit, but not debilitating like it was before. It was so bad before that I was having to have help from my husband just to get dressed. And so obviously we are well beyond that. Thank goodness. That was some rough stuff for a few weeks there. My. But anyway, not really a whole lot else to talk to you guys about, except for it's just been a real stressful time for me. And I know that if I am up under some stress and pressure, that a lot of you probably are as well. And sometimes life just to get to be a lot, you know? It's discouragement kind of sets in, and trying to push through hard circumstances to function normally. There are days that can just be super hard. And to be honest with you, over the last couple of weeks, I've just kind of found myself there, not even really wanting to talk to people a whole lot, just kind of being busy with the work that I need to do and staying on top of things as far as that's concerned. But as far as interaction with people, just because life can get overwhelming at times, and I'm sure all of you can probably relate. And if you have never reached one of those hard points yet, hang on, because you will. And I know that's not very promising, but that's just reality. We hit rough spots in life, and for the most part, you can have a very positive attitude and trudge through things quite well, and you maintain looking with the proper perspective at things. But then there are times that it really just gets so overwhelming that you almost feel like you can't breathe. As a matter of fact, I had put a status on my Facebook over the weekend about there are just times you feel like you can't breathe. And when you feel that way, you just have to stop and take a minute and remember whose breath is in you, and that you do have the strength to go on. Just been a rough couple of weeks. You guys know the story with our house concerning the mold issues and all the reconstruction that we've had to do, and how much of a chaotic mess our house still is. A matter of fact, when I posted for you guys, it's probably been about 3 weeks ago now, my husband and I had done a DIY project for you guys, showing you how to make a washi tape rack where you could hold your washi tapes. And when I showed the pictures of that rack on Instagram, immediately the questions started coming in. What's wrong with your floor? You know, I forget how exactly a couple of them were worded, but it was more than one response about that. And, you know, I told my husband, I said, it puts you in that place to where you're reminded once again of really the chaos that you're living in the middle of, you know, because we try our best just not to think about it and just to put one foot in front of the other every day. And just be thankful that at least we do have a roof over our head, and that a majority of the work is at least finally behind us, because it has been a rough 3 years. I'm going to tell you, I would not wish what we've been through on my worst enemy. It's just been that bad. And not only did I have the comments come in about the floor, but also in one of the videos that I had done, because most of the time I record for you out here, either over in the living room section or over here in the dining room section. And obviously you can tell by the sound that we don't have flooring down, and it kind of echoes. And one person was so rude that they even commented about the echo and how it sounded like I was recording in my bathroom, and what was I doing? Sitting on the pot filming, and just a rude comment. Of course, I took that one off right away. I don't keep negative comments on my channel. I know some of you guys have a rule that you don't remove any of the comments that you get unless they're really bad, but I do. I don't put up with negative comments on here. I figure it's my channel and I'm trying to put out a positive message. And I just don't put up with that negative stuff, because there's just no reason for it. Not only do I have to read it, but I don't want the people who are coming to watch these videos and want to scroll down to look at comments to have to read negativity. You know, life is full of enough negativity every day that we just don't need more of it. And it's uncalled for, and it's mean, and it's hateful. And really and truly, it's a bunch of people who can sit on social media and hide behind a screen of a computer or the screen of a phone, and most of these people would never say the stuff to your face that they say to you on social media. So there's just no call for it. But getting those kind of comments is just a reminder. It's like, okay, you know, so the sound quality is not that great, and yeah, we're in the middle of a mess, doing the best we can. But it's been, the last couple of weeks, it's just been hard, because sometimes it's hard to remember that there really is an end in sight, because, you know, we've been dealing with it for so long. And when you run out of finances and your credit cards are maxed, so you don't even have that option, and you're just literally waiting on the mercy. Matter of fact, I told someone this week, she had gotten a little bit concerned about me, and had sent me a message, is everything okay? It just seems like maybe something's not quite right. And I was telling her that, you know, for the first time in almost 20 years, I'm looking at the possibility of having to go outside of the home for work, which is definitely not a fun thing to think about, because you all know that I homeschool the kids. And although my daughter will be graduating this year, my son still has 2 years left. So to think about having to, you know, go outside the house to try to find work. I've been searching online, trying to find legitimate stuff that you can do from home. to earn money that way. And it's kind of hard because I don't know, okay, which website is truly legitimate, which one is not, which one's going to just be a scam and a ripoff. And it's been hard trying to research that out to try to find stuff, but sometimes the load can get too much to bear. And that's just kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about today, because I know that all of you have been there or will be there at some point in your life. And the only thing that I can tell you, what I have to do for me, is to remember who my source is, which is God. To tell him every day that I trust him. He knows the situation we're in. He knows the difficulty that this has been. He knows how much money we got to have to finish what we've got to finish to get our life back to normal. He knows all of that. And when we have prayed and left the situation in his hand, then we just have to trust that in his timing, everything is going to fall into place. And sometimes it's hard to remember that when you're in the middle of a crisis, but it is absolutely imperative that we remember that and that we rely on him and trust in him. You know, the secret to strength, there are times that people will say, you're such a strong person. The secret to strength and being a strong person really comes from being in the presence of God, because the Bible tells us that the joy of the Lord is our strength. It's what gets us through the difficult times. It's what makes us strong enough to bear unbearable circumstances. And how do we get the joy? The Bible says that in his presence is fullness of joy. So therefore, presence equals strength, because his presence gives us joy. And the Bible says that joy turns into our strength. So I just wanted to kind of encourage you guys with that little thought today, that if you are in a place where you find yourself, like I've been the last couple of weeks, just under a lot of pressure, a lot of mental strain, a lot of just not worry, but just the pressure of wondering how you're going to get everything all worked out, whatever your circumstance is. It could be anything that's weighing heavy on your mind, that's kind of brought a pressure and a heaviness into your life. Then I'm going to encourage you today, really the only remedy to that is to get in God's presence and to spend some time with him and to let him flood your soul with his joy, the kind of joy that only comes from heaven. And that joy in turn re-strengthens you, it pumps you up, and it gives you a more positive outlook during the hard circumstances you're in. And people have asked us, I don't know how you guys have done it. I don't know how you guys have lived that way and going through all that construction and people that have ever been through a remodel and done any kind of work like that you wanted to do for a fun purpose, and the stress that came with it. Just imagine that when you've had to do it not because you just wanted to, but because you had to, and because you were dealing with health issues on top of that. It's been a rough journey. And when people ask, how have you guys done it? And you've maintained such a positive attitude, there's only one answer, and that is being in the presence of Jesus. And when I have not been in his presence as much as I should be, then it becomes overwhelming again. So I want to leave you guys with that. I know not all of you are Christians, and maybe some of you have even doubted God and have refused a relationship with him because of some tough circumstances that you've been in, and couldn't understand why he would allow you to even go through those kind of circumstances, and you kind of began to question his love for you or even his existence. I'm going to tell you, when you fully release your life over to him and totally surrender, you will find that in his presence is where you get all the strength you need to face whatever life throws your way. And I just wanted to leave you with that today. If you're not in a relationship with him and this all sounds foreign to you, or you think she's just lost her mind, whatever, send me a personal email and let's talk about it. Let's get you to a point to where you are willing to trust yourself to a relationship with Jesus and really surrender your life fully over to him. Because obviously, if you are at that place mentally that some of what I've said even resonates with you a little bit, but yet you're still skeptical and you're still full of doubt as to whether or not to trust him, then obviously you're at a place to where handling on your own isn't working. And so we need to get you to a place to where someone else the mighty creator, can handle your life circumstances for you. Will it change everything all at once? Absolutely not. You know, we've been dealing with this situation a long time, but it gives you peace through the storm. And the old saying, learn to dance in the rain. Your dance will become a sweet waltz when you're dancing with the right one. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there to you today, because I know that, you know, if I've been struggling and having a hard time, it's just a reminder that a lot of you guys go through rough times as well, and you just might have needed a word of encouragement and a little pick-me-up. Get in your Bibles, spend some time with Jesus, and allow his word to bring you joy, which is going to pump you up and rejuvenate you and give you strength for another day. That's really all that I had this week in Cocoa and Cookies. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go because we've got a super busy day. Got to run, jump in the shower, and get ready to head out to that doctor's appointment today and go shopping. So we'll bring you along. We'll take you for the day and give you a day in the life. And then hopefully we'll get home tonight and be able to record for you guys another real talk. I hope you guys are enjoying that, because we're having a lot of fun with it. Whether you guys or not, we're loving it. So at any rate, I hope you guys have a great Monday. I hope you have a very happy week and a happy Valentine's Day this weekend. Even if you don't have that special love in your life, that's okay. Celebrate somebody you love, a parent, a grandparent, a child, just a close friend, you know, that we can love in a lot of ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. So celebrate love this weekend, maybe for the first time ever. Who knows? All right, we will see you guys very soon. Thank you for sitting here with me, and I hope you all have a great day.